Hey guys, and welcome back to PXH, also known as PureXHeart. Chris here, as usual, back again with another album review. And guys, as always, make sure you guys hit down that like button onto this video, and also subscribe to this channel, of course, and also comment down below what you guys thought about this album. But anyway, let's obviously get into it. Anthem for the Outcast is the debut album from the hard rock worship band otherwise known as the Midnight Wedding. Now, trying to find a review this week was kind of difficult. However, this album kind of a little bit came out of nowhere. I've never heard of the Midnight Wedding. Obviously, this is their debut album, but what really a little bit almost drove me to this album was really the collaborators for this album. I was like, dude, this is actually really good. And also, the album is actually not that bad. We'll get to that in a little bit. The reason why I say that the collaborators for this album is also like really good is because it's done by Disciples Josiah Prince, and it also features vocals from Kevin Young, the frontman of Disciple, and also one of my favorites, Dawn Michelle, the front woman of Fireflight. I'm like really huge fans of those two hard rock bands, so basically to find a little bit another of the same type of genre of that really hard rock in your face, and also hard rock plus worship music, why not? Yes, I love those two blends, and obviously with this album it does actually really well. I really love the two blends of styles wherever it switches up between sometimes a hard rock song and even a worship song, and even sometimes a mixture of a little bit of both. I really do enjoy that blend of styles, which is kind of great for a Christian rock band, which is like, why not hit into there a little bit of that worship melody in a lot of aspects. Reminds me of like a little bit of old Skillet and somewhat of a new Skillet kind of thing. The voice, because there's two lead voices. There's a male, which is Brandon Trelak, and then his wife, Caitlin Trelak, which Brandon sounds a little bit like. You get Shinedown, Saliva, and then also you mix a little Demon Hunter in there, and his voice kind of sounds like that. So I really enjoy those three artist of the frontman for Demon Hunter, the frontman for Saliva, and also the frontman for Shinedown. So to have a little bit of that blend right there is actually kind of really cool. And Caitlin Trelak sounds also like a little bit of Dawn Michelle in some songs. Like her song featuring Dawn Michelle was like, which one's which? You can kind of tell, but then it's just like, oh wow, she kind of they both have a very similar vocal range, and I kind of enjoy those different types of vocal range. The only thing I really did not like from this album was really the song Landslide, and it's just the way that the vocal range went from. It's a very hard vocal range to go, and it just never really sounds that well. No matter what artist that you are, it's just never been a huge thing that I've been a fan of personally. So I mean, it's always really great for artists to try something here and there. Not all the songs sound the same, but they all sound like that they belong on this album. The other thing I really do enjoy, going back to this part I enjoy from this album, is the really biblical centered songs, which is basically every single one of these songs. I love the biblical centered, where you got Enforcers, which does feature Kevin Young of Disciples, where it's talking about really hypocrisy and also Christianity. You get songs, What I Preach was basically hypocrisy in yourself to make sure that you practice what you preach. I really do enjoy that. And then you also got songs that's just like, why aren't we talking about this more? And it's called Kill Me, which is basically like suicidal thoughts that, you know, we as Christians have. Why aren't we really talking about this more as Christians? Why aren't we really bearing our other brothers' arms, and rather than judging them and condemning them for even having these thoughts, why not we support them and be like, hey, look, Christ loves you. Christ says, lay down everything at my feet and I will be with you. All those that are weary or thirst for more, come to me. it's just like, why aren't we being like that with our brother? I mean, and we kind of get it. It's just like, we're like terrible people. Like, so it's just one of those things. Just like, we're really terrible people. But, you know, for Christians to have those thoughts, it should be basically okay, and we should support our other brother or our other sister that is having those thoughts, because those are just a common thoughts just for some people just to have. And it's just always one of those weird topics to even suggest, even just for Christianity, is like, why not even why don't we just talk about it, and, you know, just have this conversation of just, why aren't we talking about the hard stuff rather than us like, oh yeah, no, I'm doing great, where inside I'm like dying. So bear with your other brother or sister and love them and encourage them. It's always really great. And yes, we are terrible people, so there's also that. So yeah. And I really like the two different blends where it's just like, look, the Lord is great and he is everything that I ever need. But I'm also like, look, I am a terrible person and I need I need God more and more. It's very, very like uplifting, even in like the darkest times, which again, that's basically of how you do an uplifting and positive encouraging album, is you talk about the tough times. Okay, you do it in a encouraging manner, but you still talk about the tough times and all that stuff. So honestly, I believe that you guys should check out this album, buy it, download it, whatever you have to do, get this album out into your hands and support this band. It's a very, very new band, so I think you guys should definitely go and check out this album. If you do like some hard rock stuff that just reminds you of Disciple, but also Fireflight, but also, you know, a little bit of a worship type of sense, because the worship has a little bit of soft, so think of like really 2005, 2004 type of Christian worship band in that scenario, or even 2002 where it's kind of in there, but also a little bit of now where it has that little bit of modernized sound. Well, if you guys would, leave a like onto this video, and you can also comment down below what you guys thought about this album, and also what you guys want me to review, whether it be in the past, future, present. You guys put it down in those comments and I will get to it. It can be music, movies, topics, you name it, and I will get to it, obviously. And of course, as always, if you're new here or returning visitor and you haven't yet subscribed, then again, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button and might as well hit that notify bell and onto this channel. Why not? Go ahead, hit that bell icon. If nothing else, then go love Jesus and change the culture. Boom. Bye.